tool only is Primera Blue Cross, and in in this project we got the sources in the form of tables and files. We have to load the data from sources to staging area by
Okay.
implementing incremental loading, and later from staging area to dimension table we have to load the data by implementing SCD type 1 and type 2 as per the business requirements.
Okay.
And I have to load the data from dimension table to um, fact table by using surrogate reference key, also by using various lookup transformations. And
Okay.
in this project we got the requirements in the form of BRs and CRs, like business request and change request. I implemented as per the BRs and CRs. I implemented all the mappings as per the BRs and CRs. This is what currently I am doing in my organization. Currently I am on developer side. We have three types of teams are there, like developer side, developer team, and maintenance team, and some type production team is there. uh,
Okay.
Currently as an experienced person they are using for assistance to newly hired candidates, and involved in peer reviews of the teammates, mapping designs and all, and
Okay.
assisting and migrating the codes and all, in assisting in and out how to utilize versioning and all, assisting to the teammates. This is what currently I'm doing
Okay.
most of
So,
the time. Yeah, involved in
yeah,
developer side.
please. Okay. So you have a specific team for maintenance and production support, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So what is the tool that you have been using for migrating to the code to the testing area?
uh, Testing, just after perform that unit test I have to give all the parameterized connections to the testing team through mails. This is what currently I'm doing. Once they perform that service integration test, they give all the details to that UAT team is there, user acceptance testing team is there, through manager. Once UAT test was completed, if any defects they identified, they revert back. And also we automated the connection, all the connections through mail. If any session failures occurs, automatically I got the mail. Based on that, error logs and session logs, I identify and I have to rectify all the errors, and I have to again perform all the unit test, and I have to give the details to sit team, and I have to again it will be into UAT test and any.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just want to know like how the code will be migrated to SIT and UAT and production.
Yeah, I give all the connections to testing team through mails.
Yeah, connections. Okay, connections means what do you mean?
Yeah, parameterized connections have to create dparam folder is there in organization,
Okay.
in working folder. From working folder to project folder we have to first we have to export to project folder, and again they will import all those into project folder
Okay.
is there. Like, yeah, before in and out options we have to avail whenever someone will have to work on that by using versioning. We have to check in and check out.
Yeah, yeah, that's versioning those things. I mean, uh, deploying the XMLs to its SIT and UAT and production.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Yeah, yeah, I have to give all the connections to manager. He will send to the different teams. I did not involve in any
Okay.
other. I have to give all the parameterized connections. All the connections I will save in dparam folder. I have to give all the connections. They will check if they have any doubts on the connections and all relational connections. They will contact me
Okay.
as contact us. We will help to them how to test the load data and all. We will help in that.
Okay. So currently you are into a project which is available in production, and you have been working on the requirements that is received from the business, right?
Yeah, currently I'm
This
developer
is like
side currently.
enhancement to the current production codes, correct?
Currently I'm in developer side developing the mappings and all. Yeah, the production team is different. They are taking care of that more
No,
experienced. Yeah.
it's kind of enhancement to the existing project, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So can you please brief me on complex mapping that you have worked?
Yeah, the framework job I handle is the complex thing. Currently, what I handle, a framework job, it involves like source qualifier, expression transformation, lookup transformation, and router transformation, and three update strategies, and one sequence generator transformation, and three instances of targets. And all
Okay.
these, once this design was completed according to that business logic, and I have to parameter all the session connections in the dparm folder. Once I parameterized all the connections and put the values in the parameter files, and I have to automate the connections accordingly as per the timings, out when it should be run by using command task. Once I have
Okay.
I automated and I scheduled accordingly. I have to give all those connections, and one controller admin is there. Nearly 12 to 13 years experienced controller admin is there. Controller admin take care of all these workflow runs and all scheduled workflow runs sessions and all. He will take care of that, and also I have given that email of I employ emails in that command task. If any session failures occurs, it will automatically we get the message where it was failed, session was failed, like that. And we have to work on that again and again. We have to check all the connections and all, what is the problem, like
Okay.
any data type issue, what happened,
Okay.
any fatal errors occurs, like that we have to rectify, and again revert back to those control all the connections, as I said, to
Yeah,
manage them.
I have a question for you. So, can you please explain me about SEDs and specifically SED type 2? Can you please brief a mapping? What are all the transformations, how the SED type 2 works?
Yeah, by using SCD type 2, we can maintain historical data and we can update recent records by using SCD type 2. In SCD type 2, yeah, same like source qualifier and expression transformation. Here in actually performing this SCD type 2, before that we had to create one temporary schema like staging area loaded by implementing incremental loading. Once incremental loading, by using incremental loading, load the data into staging area. By using the staging tables, we have to load the data into dimension table by using scd type 2. Here in scd in dimension in this mapping, expression transformation, here you have to use one more, I use like one more port, like variable port to get the date, and expression transformation. Later lookup transformation, we have to give the lookup condition. Once lookup condition given, then we have to give that router conditions to update existing update and insert the new records. And once given that conditions in router, have to give update strategy conditions like dd update, dd insert. If you want to reject any records, we can give dd insert, dd reject, like we can have default conditions commands are there. Or else we can use 0 or 1 one condition in update strategy. And I used like one sequence generator to generate unique keys like surrogate keys. I took three instances of target tables, and I connected that sequence generator to two tables of the target instances to generate unique keys. One table is for update the new records. uh, this is what I did in scd type 2. And the three instances of table, the all data loaded
Why
into.
do three instances?
Yeah, one is for one instance of.
What are the three instance?
Yeah, one is for insert the records, one is for update the records, one is for insert and update, like any previous data is there, it and like for suppose for Somesh 2018 is there. Again, if the value is again Somesh value got in the Somesh row is found in the table, and with new date it will override. It will end that. It gives the end date and again insert that new record. Yeah, this is the three table. One is for update the records, insert the records. One is for update, one is for existing update.
Okay.
Yeah, so the three
Okay.
instances will be loaded into one table only, but we are taking three instances of tables only. It will all the records will be loaded into one table only. That is
Okay.
mechanism of SCD type 2.
Okay. What is the cache that you will be using?
Yeah, most of the times there I enable the caches like static cache and dynamic cache, and I use persistent cache also. I,
Okay.
yeah, the it's a it cache nothing but it's a temporary, acts like a temporary memory
Okay.
during the session run. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Specifically for ACD type 2, which cache you have used?
Yeah, I enable both static cache and persistent cache also enable, but I enable all the caches actually. I did not specifically did any, just all the connected in the pipeline only. Lookup transformation. I enable the caches. It maintains that temporary acts like temporary storage.
Okay. So what is static and what is dynamic cache?
Yeah, dynamic cache varies during the session. But like any new values are inserted, any new things involved, new rows involved in the table, dynamic cache changes during the session run. But static cache remains same during the session run. It did not change its values. It
Okay.
constantly, yeah. Once session was completed, it will be erased, like static cache will be
Okay.
erased. Yeah.
Okay. So I have different sources, okay? So, sources from data from different sources. So I want them to load into my database, okay? So how do you achieve that?
All are tables or files,
Yes,
or
tables.
all are
We do
ta-
have tables as well as, so consider we have three database, okay? Three database and one flat file. So we have to load all of them into a single table in our database.
Yeah, by using joiner transformation we can achieve this. But if only for
Okay.
tables we can achieve by using source qualifier SQL override. But if flat file involves means we can't use source qualifier. Source qualifier deals with only homogeneous files. If we want to deal with heterogeneous files, we have to go with joiners, like
Okay.
master outer join, detail outer join, full join is there. Yeah, we can
Okay.
avail that.
When implementing a mapping, a joiner and a mapping, which join you will specify?
Based on the records, like the less records considered as master outer join, the table with less records, and the table with more records considered as a detail outer join.
Why is that so?
Detail outer join, the definition itself, that is okay, I have to give that record, because it reduces the time. If you give that, it reduces the time. It gives that performance improvement. If you less records, if you want to join as master outer join, better to go with less records, the table with less records as considered as master outer join.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the time.
So,
Yeah.
so I have this is a scenario. So I have I have one source file, okay? So it contains data from five different regions, okay?
Okay.
So I wanted to bring them to my target, specifying, into four targets. So, sorry, five, I said, right? Five regions. So I wanted to have a five target table and each table specific to each region. So how do you achieve that?
Yes, it can achieve by using transaction control transformation by
Okay.
creating dynamic files. A dynamic file port is there, and then by availing that option, we can create dynamic files and we can segregate the data according to that areas. If for suppose any Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, like Kerala, as per that statewide records, we can generate by using transaction control transformation. We can put the data into according to the states or any
What
specified.
transaction control does?
Yeah, it creates dynamic files. You can generate dynamic
Okay.
file. Yeah, dynamic target
Based on
file.
a what based on a what specific condition it generates dynamic files?
We have to give the condition like if you want to segregate as per the state, we have to give the state condition, and by writing some giving by giving condition, it generates that files automatically. And given folder, given source folder, it will generate the files, dynamic files, how many states, any new states are involved day by day. It generates by the condition. By using that condition,
Okay.
it generates dynamic files by using in
Okay.
transaction control. Yeah.
Okay. So you have mentioned like incremental loading you use to load the data from source to stage, right?
Yes.
So how do you implement that incremental loading?
Yeah, here we have to take one parameter variable, the date variable, and one setmax property, setmax value function we have to use. Here we have to take the date, we have to give the dates, previous date and current date. Like current date will take from the table, and we have to give the date, it takes from the parameter variable. It assigns that maximum date, recent date, it assigns takes the row from the table, recent date. Because
Oh,
setmax variable property is default, it 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 gets that maximum date value, the column with maximum date value. For suppose the record is from 2018. If you want one recent record was involved like with 2020, and the setmax function assigns that 2020 record into the target, because the date is greater than the previous date. So setmax property, default, it's a max property, means max date will assign to the target
okay.
based
Have you
on.
implemented the increment loading in any other way?
Currently, more I think we can, but most of the times in this way only I did. So many other
Okay.
methods also there by aggregator, incremental aggregator and all, but not
So
worked on much on that. In this
okay.
way
So
I'm doing.
your stage table is not a truncate and load.
Yeah, stage is always truncate and load.
Okay. So how that variable gets updated?
Variable gets updated.
You say the max variable update gets update from the table, right? Maximum date from the table, right?
Yeah,
So how it gets updated? I mean, when it gets updated.
based on the date, set max value we given, that in variable we have to give one date, default date we have to
Okay.
give. In first record when enter, for suppose basically I used 1 1 1990, I used default in set max variable, sorry, parameter variable. From that date, it sets that set max value, assign the date. It sets the date column in the table, and it's already old date 1990, and recently we are working means the records might be 2021 and 22. So 2020 date is more than 1990, so the date automatically, the setmax value function, its default property, so assign that maximum date value to the target. In this way it works. It's mechanism of
Okay.
setmax property, right?
Okay. So have you done any performance improvement in your workflow?
Yes, yes.
Can you please?
Yeah, uh, just to find out that performance improvement is required or not, by observing busy busy percentage in that monitor workflow monitor, in source side busy percentage and target side radar side busy percentage. If source side busy percentage is more than 70% is there, yes, can conclude like yes, it requires some performance tuning. And by we can achieve by identifying various bottlenecks like source bottleneck, target bottleneck, mapping bottleneck and session bottleneck. And also by implementing partitioning and push down optimization. In three ways we can tune mapping. Most of the time source bottleneck, we have to we can rarely we can oftenly observe source bottleneck. Any SQL query is required. Any lookup condition is have to tune like default lookup condition. uh, it takes alias and it default it performs order by clause. We can minimize the time taken for the session by tuning that lookup condition by using SQL override order by clause override. Order by clause it assign to all the columns in the table, so we can minimize that. We can minimize to one to two columns by using dash dash double dash. We can minimize that time taken to the session by using that. And moreover, whenever possible, better to use joins instead of lookups if required. Like and we can find the source bottleneck is there or not by using filter condition. And target bottleneck we can find by replacing the tables, instead of replacing tables by flat files. We can identify that bottleneck is there or not in their target. Like yeah, enabling caches and lookup. Like yeah, in partitioning we can go with um, some key range partitions are there. uh, uh, Parallel partition are there. By push down optimization we can avail, by push down optimization it converts the entire mapping logic into SQL queries. But push down optimization, we can't prefer when parameter variables are involved in that mappings. If any normalization transformation is involved in that mapping pipeline, we can't use push down transformation, because push down transformation itself converts that mapping logic into SQL override, so we can't use when if mapping variables are involved in that.
Yeah.
And most of the times, yeah, more.
Like, we will move on to next question. So I have a scenario. Okay, I have a scenario. I have a source table. So I have five values in that source table: A, B, and C. Okay. So I wanted you to load into two target tables. Okay. One target one, which has A, B, and C. Target two should have A and B. So how do you achieve that using the mapping?
Sorry, condition not understand actually what you tell.
Let me bring you in the chat.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
sure.
yeah. This is the source table.
A base.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the five values in the table. So I wanted to have two tables. Okay. Target should be two tables.
Yes.
Okay. Just listing out the values. Table one should have these values.
Yes.
Table two should have these values.
Yeah, we can achieve by filtering. Here I observed like duplicates. By using router transformation, we can filter that duplicates into one table and duplicates into another table by implementing router transformation and given the conditions. Like for suppose sequence generator if we use, there you can give the condition like sequence greater than or equal to 1, greater than is equal to one condition we can give, and greater than equal to one condition. By implementing two conditions and default port, we can get in router table, sorry,
Yes, but
router trans.
sequence generator, what it will give? It will give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Yeah, we can get count by giving total count, and taking one more port, by taking one more port, and there we can give condition count is equal to like count is equal to sequence, and by using that we can give the condition in router transformation. Yes, by two conditions we can get this.
Okay, do you think that it can be achieved through sequence generator and router? Is there any other way to implement
Or
this?
else no need to use sequence generator, we can get the we can generate the default, like count is equal to variable count plus 1, or output count is equal to v count by using this, and output count is if is greater than or equal to 1 and equal to 1. By that condition we can achieve this, I guess. Yeah, by
Okay,
filtering duplicates and distinct, we can achieve this as per this table.
okay, but I expected a logic after you implement this. Okay, okay. So how good are you at Oracle?
Yeah, up to Informatica level I can handle, like out of 8 out of 10 I can handle, because
Okay, so
yeah.
you have worked on PL SQL also?
No, but I did not work on that. Currently working on SQL only. Yeah, if it required I
Okay,
will
what
learn.
kind of works that you carry out using SQL?
Sorry, I did not get you.
What kind of works that you perform using SQL?
Like to get the count of the records, like any if you required any tables, if you drop any columns, if you to create views, like to create indexes, to get the, like, yeah, count duplicates,
Okay,
we can filter.
do you have knowledge in PL SQL? I mean, creating procedures and packages?
Procedures, you are asking about stored procedures.
Yes, stored procedures and packages.
Not aware of packages, but stored procedures we can do in SQL also. But PLSQL did not have hands on that actually. But if required, I will learn. But currently I'm
Okay.
working on SQL side. That's where, because due to
Okay.
hectic schedule, I am learning few technologies also, like reporting side, Power BI and all. Not getting much time. So
Okay. How good are you at SQL queries, writing SQL queries?
yes, I can handle, like I can create tables, like drop tables, like DDL, DML, TCL commands. I am aware of all
Yeah,
those commands.
I'm asking about the SQL queries. Do you have knowledge in CTE?
Yes, yes. City,
So
you can
CTE
subqueries we
and how
can.
do you use that?
Sorry.
What is CTE and where do you use that? What is the purpose of CTE?
We can subquery, we can subquery the query, you were using by using like a CT as CTE with function. We can subquery any other queries involving that, most of the times, like finding the nth highest salary and all I used once, but it's not required for that. Most of the times I did not use, but by using row number and dense rank, like we can achieve easily. But I am aware of CTE, we can subquery the query.
Okay. So I have a scenario. For example, I have a table which has 10 entries, okay, 10 records we have. The table has employee and department details, okay. So I wanted to know, under each department, how many employees are working. So can you write a query for that?
Yeah, select, mm, sorry, employees, right? You are asking employees.
Yes. Yes.
Employees. count star from table table group by depart id group by depart id. uh, Select employees count star department id from employees table group by department id group c group by department id. It gives employee columns and group by department id.
Okay, let me check. So here you have written a group by function, right? So I could see two columns in the select clause, employees and department ID, and we are grouping by only department ID. So can we execute this query in Oracle? Will this work?
Group by if we oh sorry if we use group by you have to give all the columns what given in the select area. So employees we can add and group by can give after group by department id and employee id. Can have to give in group by we have to give all the columns what we are selected, yeah, what we are
But
selected.
if you group by department ID and employee ID, you will not get the result what I have asked for.
Order by group by I think it will gives
It will give the count of each employee, right?
on scan employees count the employees of no it gives the count as per the department id.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're asking about as per this the department id and employees count, right? Yeah, employees count it will
Yes.
give and it gives the output according to the department id group by department id.
Okay. Okay. So do you have experience? I mean, have you worked in shell scripting Unix part?
Yes, Unix part I can handle.
Okay. So you, as you said, you have been getting the inputs, sources from database as well as the flat files, right? So before processing a flat file through Informatica, do you take care of anything specifically?
Yeah, most of the times if we want any files and all, we create through in Unix by using cat command and a touch command, and we can get count of the total rows by using wc count hyphen l. We can get the total count of the lines in the files, and yeah, we can by using Unix we can get particular line any hundredth column or 90th column last column particular row if you want to
Yeah.
get we can.
My question is like we are getting a source file, dump of source files, okay? A number of files we are getting, and it might have some junk values or something like which needs cleansing. So have you involved in creating a script which do this data cleansing activities before processing the files through the Informatica?
Actually, I did not perform through Unix, but I can clean the data by using Power BI. I know I can handle any data by using Power BI. I can clean the data, any data types, any yeah I can by using Power BI, I know how to clean, but I am receiving cleansed data only. Uh, no, I didn't involved in cleaning of data through Unix and all. But
Okay.
I know how to clean the data by using Power BI.
So
I
what
know.
kind of activities that currently you are performing as part of Unix in your project?
Yeah, most of the times if any files required empty files or by touch command, or like if you want to append the one file to another file by using mv command, by using cp command, and if you want to
So
replace any.
you have a Informatica workflows, right? So where do you manage the connections for the source and target connections and lookup connections for the mappings and workflows?
By using, you're asking about by using pmcmd command we can run the
No, no, no.
workflow.
So you have a source and target, okay?
Yeah.
In a workflow, you define a source and target in a session. So how do you have to say some connection to the source and target, right? So where do you specify that connection for the
some
source and target?
some deep forum folder is there. We have to
Okay.
put those connections details into the deeperum folder. I have to give
Okay.
uh,
So
a
deeperum
database.
folder will have what the deeperum folder will have?
It maintains all the db connections of the sessions, any workflow
Okay.
log. Yeah.
It is specifically to each workflow or what kind of deeperum folder will have?
For each session we have to create in the deeperum folder. We have to again create another folder, another text folder, by using that workflow name. By using a workflow name we have to create one more, another more files. By using, most of the times by using workflow names, we have to assign the workflow names. In deeperum folder it
Okay.
consists of all the files by the name of workflow names.
Okay. Okay. So currently you have implemented star schema or snowflake schema in your project, and if so, why?
Currently I'm implementing star schema only. Yeah,
Okay.
most of the times I'm getting denormalized data, and most of the times Informatica Power Center deals with star schema. So star schema, nothing but a fact table, centralized fact table surrounded by dimension tables. So here we are using 6 to 7 dimension tables surrounded by one fact table. In dimension table no need to have any one connections between dimension to dimension table, but if we want to use snowflake schema, that connection should be there between dimension tables. Any key references should be there, one to one connections should be there, the dimension tables. Here it is used to handle the tables in power center while using star schema.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Lenka. Ritika will take over this call.
Okay, Sharanya, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, hi Rinka.
Hi Nitika.
So, just couple of questions for you before we wrap up. You have overall 4+ of years of experience, right?
Yes.
Okay, and how many organizations you have worked? It's
Two,
two, right?
concentrics and
Okay.
cognizant.
What was the reason of change, Lenka?
Yeah, actually, previously I'm from mechanical background. No one
Uh-huh.
give good opportunities because they are asking about why mechanical, so many questions, and offered less
And that's
packages.
okay. Okay,
Yeah,
that
less.
doesn't really make any difference.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, less packages they offered. Like
Okay.
with 2.5 I started, and I
Mm.
again I placed in cognizant with 100% hike, and 5 got. So, but for that experience and all, for better prospects only, main reason better prospects. For that
Okay.
experience, and then after gaining good knowledge also, doing
Mm.
for less salary means, because main reason is the juniors who have 2 years experience, 2.5 years experience, getting more salary than me. So I deserve to get good package. That's why I want to change such an great organization from like Cognizant,
So, what is your expected CTC, Lenka?
like at least for 10 LPA.
Okay. Okay. So, any offers in hand?
Yes, I had one offer, like
Mm-hmm.
9 LPA,
Okay.
but they
Okay,
did
that
not
should be
send.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm just asking that HR will take care. So I'm just trying to understand, okay. So you're already serving notice period, is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. When is your last date?
December 25, but it's negotiable. I can pray to the date before 2 weeks. I can available by submitting few medical documents. They will relieve me. It's not an issue because project is are going to end. They
Okay,
before 2 weeks before that they will end. They will consider.
just 1 minute. Okay, so was you part of Agile project, or
Yes,
what is the
agile methodology.
methodology you have been?
Yes, agile methodology only.
What will be your location?
My current location is Vishakhapatnam. I am from, but working location is Bangalore.
Should be fine. Okay. You have any questions for us, Lenka?
No, Nitika. Actually, like if I selected what type of project, it will be like any developer side, maintenance or project side. Any teams are like that in your organization?
So yes, we have a development project also. Okay, we do run ETL testing projects also, but you seems from a development part. So we are taking you for our development project. Okay.
Yeah.
So you will get chance to learn more. Okay, we have a diverse role open. Okay, so
Okay.
don't worry about project. So you will get a chance to like your prospect will definitely fulfill. Okay,
Yeah.
because we have upcoming many new roles coming up. So don't worry about that. And based on Saranya's question, you might have understood by now like what kind of
Yes.
profile
Yes.
we are looking for,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you need to brush up more on Unix, you need to brush up more on Oracle, you need to brush up more on scenario-based questions, right? So that is what we feel you can more pick up by the time you join us. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
Keep your ID card ready, Lenka. I'm just adding HR, so we'll just complete the formality.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I'm just adding him. We'll just do it quickly.
Yeah. Sure. Is there any other client round?
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah,
Once
Nitika.
you join, it will be there for you.
Yeah.
So once you will join us, definitely client evaluation will be there. So that is why I am asking you to prepare more,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Sure. Sure.
towards questions asked by Saranya. So we would like you to brush up more on these concepts. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Hi, Santosh.
Yeah, hi, Nitika.
Yeah. So we can do this
Yeah,
process
yeah,
for
sure.
you.